welcome to week 2 of DFS Champs. I'm Damon Santor. This is my co-host Jared, the Hebrew Hammer. We're going to have a great show for you this week. This week, we're going to recap how last week went for us. Not great. We're going to go over our props we gave out and the action we gave out and just some things we're going to look to for week 2. A lot of injuries, a lot of moving parts. How are you, Jared?
I'm doing pretty well. I mean, can't deny. Wasn't a great lineup he put out. What up, DJ Big Boss? What up, Doug? How we doing, man? But I mean, overall, not a terrible for week 1. I mean, it was had a few duds in my opinion. A lot of slow moving games. Obviously, like we see in most week 1s, it's pretty off in a way. The offense is trying to learn some things Definitely. Like that. Trying to get through their motions and trying to get through the schemes. But I think overall went out pretty well. Lineup, like I said, lineup didn't do too well, but we were in it for the most part. We were in it for pretty well. We just had a few misses.
Yeah, I was pretty off on Godwin. I thought he would be more involved, but they just weren't moving the ball that well. We don't need to go game by game, but this week we're gonna do better though. We're gonna do better.
That's what.
Do you got any looks for Thursday night? How do you feel about tomorrow's game?
Well, that's what the best thing about this is. There's always a new week. There's 18 weeks now. Yep. 17 games, 18 each of 18 games in the weeks in the season. It's still getting through to me. I still had to get through everything else in the ILDLs and everything. Yeah. They're always changing everything, so you always got to work it through. But no, big time for this week. We had, I think we both agreed last week on Monty, and receiving didn't go too well there.
That was my favorite play, and I was wrong, and that's where week 1, dude. We'll see how it keeps going, but they didn't even look. It's not like anything was designed, so that was a miss on my part. Sorry to everyone.
I was with you.
I was telling everyone about that one too, and I usually don't do that, and that's what I get. That's what I get.
No, I was big on that one as well. We all have misses throughout the year. It's all right. Have some games, some misses, but no, this week where's my numbers? I don't even have it in front of me. I posted all on my Twitter already. I'm pretty big on our boy AJ Brown this week. I know I put a unit down on him for 100 yards at like 235 or half a unit, and I put some down on 72.5 yards. I think he's gonna. That's a 110 or 114. I put 2 down for there because I forgot last night I bet him, so I bet him today again. Things happen. Degenerates, so we do what we do. So it's what it is. I think he's gonna have a big game. I think he wasn't really. I think the Eagles are looking to come back from the last week at the Patriots. A little slow start, like we've seen all season from everyone else in week 1. But I think they're gonna look big for him this week. I think he's gonna go for. He could probably go higher than 125. I think maybe 150 or so. They have numbers there for like 550 plus. What'd you see for that? What'd you like this game?
I didn't take anything with yards. I'm gonna attack. Personally, my angle I'm going after is, one thing that New England did do against them is they exposed their linebackers in man coverage. And I think Hawkinson is going to sit in zone, or not zone, and I think Hawkinson's going to eat. So I took Hawkinson over 7 or more receptions plus 115. I mean, it's super up there, but I think it's possible. He's been used in the short game so much more. And they're going to shadow Jefferson, which leaves Hawkinson just a target monster this week, especially if they're playing from behind. The Eagles should look better. I also like A.J. Brown over 5.5 receptions for 120. I stayed off the yards. I think the Eagles are going to really try and push the ball on offense because they looked so bad last week. They looked dead. Sirianni came out and said they're going to relook how they're going to go about the preseason because they look so flat. So I think that's something they're going to look to do is put the foot on the gas pedal. That's my look there.
AJ Brown 3 touchdown game for the Hail Mary?
Nah, the price isn't good enough.
No, I know.
Only 22 to 1 or 24 to 1.
No, we talked about that before. We're looking at that, but I have to go a little higher than that to jump on that one. I just think there are games where, like we saw last year a lot with AJ Brown, they spread the floor. They go to Devontae, they go to Goddard, they go a little bit to AJ, maybe 7 for 70, maybe a touchdown, something like that. But then he has his games where he goes for 125, 150. He had a 180 or something, I think, once last year. And he had a couple. And he had a 3 touchdown game at one point. we're just spitballing. We're just throwing it out there. Obviously, it's the odds are what they are for a reason. We just see opportunities where they could play out, especially against the Vikings this week.
Yeah, definitely. It's so hard not to overreact from week to week. So we'll see what's going on. Going into this week, there's a lot of moving parts with injuries and stuff. You ready to jump into the lineup?
Yeah, definitely. Let me get this through.
See what the prices are and see what's looking different. Yeah, our team last week. Our team last week did not cash. I was pretty off with Christian Kirk.
140, I think.
We put up 140. What was the money like? 160.
140. I can show us.
Yeah, please. I'm curious. I'm still getting used to this stuff.
No, definitely. Well, this is today's action. So let me. That's. Where the hell? I know where it is on my phone. I don't usually do something. See, so I just got some lineups for this week. Recent. I don't have any recent lineups. Well, we will do it on this way, and I will go through my phone.
Yeah, all good. We'll have it ready next time. I was just curious. I put you on the spot with that one. Like, sure.
That's cool.
Let's get it.
No, I should know it. No, We're good. Let's see. See right here. Line up contest lineups recent. It's right on your phone. It's so easy. All the millionaire lineups. Let's see. There was a few of them I had, so I gotta go through it. Entries. Okay, 145 was the only one I hit, so that was not ours. Money was 135. We just missed that with one lineup. That was our lineup. We just missed the money by 5 points.
Jeez, even with the misses? Okay.
Even with the misses. That's what I'm saying. This week was crazy. You want high score this week was 233.24 in the milli.
Is that low?
That's so low. I mean,
oh yeah, compared
that's like mid range in most of the time. When we see that's mid range, man.
Yeah.
But like we're gonna see 300s, we'll see some 350s, we're gonna see 400 maybe. I don't know.
No.
I mean,
no.
I've seen it. I'm on that now. I've seen it. But they'll see 300s easy. That's easy. That's a big one. If you want to hit big, you're gonna get 300. 250 is usually like a good one. 200, 230, 233 shouldn't be high. That should not be the high number. That's like, it was like going to 430, and it was at barely cracking 200 at that point. And I'm like,
well, there's a reason. The games were pretty low scoring and pretty ugly.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to get those weeks, but it just shows what the week was.
All right. So this week, what quarterback are you looking to build around? Last week we used Lawrence. What are you like?
I wouldn't go back to him this week. In my opinion, is not my favorite. Tennessee's defense, I think the better people say they are. You kind of convinced me of that. I should listen to you in a way. You were talking them up to me in a way. Burrow's a guy.
Are you talking about Carr?
It's Tennessee. I think that's better than I think. So I'm Herbert. I'm a little afraid of in some ways. I think they can stop Keenan.
Yeah.
I don't think they can stop Mike Williams as much. I think they're against the vertical threats. They're a little weaker. So I think they can a little softer, so they can go against that in a way. But I think one of my favorites this week is Burrow right now. I think he's due to come back from last week. He looked awful. I think he targeted Higgins 8 times and he hadn't have a single catch.
What up, EQ?
What up? I think you had something you wanted to say before. I think we skipped right through it. Want to go to that?
No, we're not.
At the end.
Nah, we're good.
I think we totally forgot
about it. No, we're good. Yeah, and this is the cheapest you're gonna get Burrow. I don't mind starting around Burrow. This is the cheapest you're gonna get him. Ownership's gonna be down.
How often we not see? I remember he was a 2-touchdown machine, like all the time. He was that guy who was always going for 2. I mean, I think he's one of those 3-touchdown game kind of guys right now. He's get you the 25, 30-point possibilities. Has a lot of weapons on his team. If we want to scroll to that team right now, just go to Cincinnati. Chase is obviously the high man at 79. But Higgins, we see right now at 64. That's a pretty good number. That's right up in the middle tier right there. Like I said, I think he went over. He had 8 targets, nothing. Duds. I don't think he wants to see anything.
That's not going to happen again. I'm curious to see. I don't think they ever do good in the same game. So if we use Burrow, we only use one of them. If you want to roll with Higgins, that's fine because that gives us money in other spots.
Yeah, we'll have to see the numbers.
Yeah.
Baltimore secondary has nothing to play with right now, but I think
that's Burrow's one game, and they played against Houston. They didn't look great.
But we can always go back to which one we want to choose, depending on the price or where we're at.
Go with Higgins. Go with Higgins. All right.
You want to go to running back next? You want to go to another receiver? You want to see another game? You want to attack?
Is there any players that stick out to you that you want in your lineup while we have money to put it in? Or our lineup, I don't mean. I'm just spitballing.
Receivers, I think we talked about off air. Ridley, someone I think that Kansas City might be able to target and kind of slow down in a way. So as someone who loves him and drafted him in a couple of leagues, I avoided him this week in my opinion. Garrett Wilson for his price, playing with Zach Wilson as his quarterback, is well overpriced right now at 75. That's a lot. I mean, our boy St. Brown against Seattle always sticks out as someone right there. But I think we can get people from that game much cheaper price if we want to put higher price people in this game. That's up to us when we decide at the end. I think we can hold off on that one. But at running backs, I think I love Henry.
What's Metcalf's price?
I love Henry though this week. I think against Chargers, that's just a run funnel right there. Metcalf's about 7. I think that's pretty. It's expensive.
Not really. I mean,
I don't know. They look so. I know it's one week to week, but I don't think that offense has ever looked stunning. We'll see how it goes. There's already talks of Drew Lock taking over. Is he still even there? Who's the backup?
Talking about. I mean, that's not going to happen. They just gave Gino.
It's not going to happen. We're talking about the dark webs here. We'll see. I'm not the Lockett guy anymore. So it's Metcalf or bust for that, in my opinion. What do you think about it?
I mean, I love Metcalf. There's other options to go if you don't like using him, but he's a superstar. He's going to eat targets, and if the game script has them behind, they're not going to be running the ball. They're going to be throwing the ball. I think he can really go off this week. He's still going to be low owned. That's just a personal thing. I think people sleep on him because of Lockett and JSN. But his upside, I think, is tremendous.
Since it's getting pretty expensive, and I want to say I like a couple running backs prices. We're not looking at this guy anymore. What do you think about this guy as the 2 against as the come bring back in that game as the?
I don't want to target anyone in that offense with how they're going to spread the ball around. I'm trying not to pick players that cheap now, to be honest. I'm trying to load a bunch of 55 to 61s. Playing the guessing game is so rough.
It's not a guessing game. Let's see. He had 7 targets last week. He targeted him a lot last year. I think Marvin Jones now. Who's this? No. I saw A Green. I was like, wait a minute. So that's some options. People think are sleepers. Dame doesn't like him. I do. But we don't have to agree on everything. So we'll keep him out of the lineup. Who do you like? Who's someone you like now from these games?
Go to running backs. Let's see what running backs there are.
I don't know if we can afford any of the big ones unless
we're going to have to go cheap at running back.
Which is why I was looking at 3,700 because I can get you a Derrick Henry if you did that. It evens it out to the 5. But now we have guys in the 559, 58 range, so we can there's definitely guys in that number.
You're getting Kenneth Walker for 5,800. That's pretty good.
But I wouldn't do him and Metcalf in the same lineup without bringing back because.
Well, then you could stack him. Yeah, for sure. That would be a lot.
Right. But if you want to bring it back in a way, we do have Dave Montgomery for 5,800. That's not a bad price to bring it back as someone to run.
You can use Montgomery, just don't use Walker there. We could throw Montgomery in.
Well, yeah, I thought we were saying not because we have Metcalf in the lap already. So Montgomery would be the bring back in that case. But there's other guys that price too. There's Javonte Williams at 56, who's
Montgomery's the play. He was locked in.
Well, we need 2 running backs. I think Montgomery's is due for a big game. I think he's like we talked about last week. He's going to get those receiving touches eventually. I think Gibbs could eat into it a bit, but it looked like they really.
I don't know. They did not look like they were throwing him the ball. It was a little worrying, but he's locked in for 20 touches on the ground.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't, but I think eventually they will. Happens a lot of years. I feel like a lot of seasons he doesn't get touches until like midway through. He starts getting passes, like either something that I don't know. People don't realize he can catch and run. So you want to go tight end defense here, try to get some more.
What other running backs do you like?
Well, that's what I was trying to see if we can get the price up. Maybe we can afford someone a little more expensive.
Okay.
But at the price we're at right now, looking at the range we were at, still Javonte Williams, someone that always sticks out. But against Washington's defense, he's not my favorite this week, and not someone I would look at. I wouldn't go with Walker at the stack that we have. I think AJ Dillon, if
I don't think Aaron Jones plays.
Our boy Aaron Jones plays, which I don't think he does either. I think he'll be chalk, which is why I think these guys are great alternatives. I think the alternative that no one will be on will be Dameon Pierce.
Throw him in?
Oh, we're just talking right now. We don't have to throw him in yet. I was just talking guys because then in my opinion, we should look at tight end and defense first, maybe another receiver, see if we can find someone in the 5 or so range if we wanted to. If we can get someone like it, because honestly, my favorite running back this week is our boy Derek. I know they ate into his touches this week a little, the first week one this week, but they're just rolling.
Did you see the snap share?
They're just rolling. That's what I'm saying. They're rolling into it.
No, he's
definitely
not
for real. But Derek
Henry's
going to break one off. He's going to break a couple off.
Yeah, but Tajay Spears is eating into his touches. Like, that's for real.
Oh, he is. Let's keep an eye on it. Yeah, we'll still see. What was this share?
48%, or Spears got 54%.
They sum it up. We'll see, mate. We'll see. I don't think that's going to continue. I think he's still Derrick Henry, so I think Derrick Henry.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying Spears is not.
You can totally disagree with me. That's totally fine. I think it's totally cool. And if we disagree on someone, then leave him out, and I think that's cool. He will be in a lap of mine, one of them. That's cool, but he doesn't have to be in this one. We could totally look for someone else. Let's look for. Who do you look at tight end this week?
I mean,
it's like slim pick.
I don't really have like a special tight end. I think that it's kind of a crapshoot. You can go super cheap.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to go for guys like.
I'm going.
I mean, Evan Ingram can go well, but it's 4,800. Pretty expensive for a tight end for someone who might go do well. Anyone stick out to your mind cheap that you liked?
I mean, Musgrave's going to get looks, of course, especially with Aaron Jones banged up.
Definitely. Aaron Jones got those receiving yards on. I know it was a big catch, but he got them. Easy. This guy, I know him and Knox are mixing and matching, so a little tougher there. But yeah, you want to try Musgrave, get a little cheaper right there because he's 3,200. If he gets a touchdown this week, he's going to 38. That's what they do. Do that, and we already jumped it up to the average of 51.75, and we still have a defense to play with.
Yeah.
Okay, I just saw the name of the Giants, and I just want to forget about that. I went on my soapbox last week, man, and that was rough. I know we don't judge week ones, but 40-0, man.
I mean, that's going to be a rough year for him for the most part. Well,
New York has no luck. New York has no luck. This is now I'm thinking of the Jets. This is great. I was just thinking that the Jets is like similar to the fucking Mets. It's like they lost their stud. I know the Diaz is a little different, and he wasn't just signed and acquired, but it's like they got their closer right hurt right in the beginning of the year, and then now this team gets their quarterback hurt right in the beginning of the year. And a lot of Jet fans and Met fans, I know it's not always, but a lot of them are interchanged in a way, so it's kind of sad. Play a little small violin for them. But looking at defenses, hello. What up, Doe?
Go here. Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
You can keep filling in another spot. I'll be right back.
You're good. My dog wants to get in now and hear the barking. Great. So, solo run now. Let's go. Might be, who knows, little audition for next week. Secret. Who knows? So, like we said, we got defenses to play with here. We're looking at, we'll forget about the Giants. Like I said, even though they're playing Arizona, I want to stay off them until we can see some better from them because we'll see. We got Texans versus Indianapolis Colts. Richardson looked pretty good last week, so I love the way the Texans been going. I love their coaching staff. I think that they're going to be a hard-nosed, intense, and really tough team to play every week. But we'll see how that one goes. But I would stay off them for the price they're at right now. Same reason for the Colts right now. I'm not really too. Well, Colts are not a terrible option based on how I saw C.J. Stroud playing for Houston. They might actually get a picker or something like that right there. Get some plays off. We got the who else we got? We got the Chiefs. No, I stay off that game. I think that could be high scoring in a way. Buccaneers is an option at 32, I believe. I think Fields is always due for an interception or two. He's a fumble. In general, the teams do always due for some mistakes. Damon, what's up, man? You back? How we doing?
Yep. I'm good. I'm riding the Jets.
You're riding the Jets this week?
If you're going cheap, cheap option.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad app. Dak's due for an interception. He had none last week. He's always due for 2. Dak for 2. We can go. Let's go Jets. Fuck it. They're going to be playing for their favorite quarterback, Zach Wilson, the guy they had a vote of confidence for last year. Oof.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. He looked better. I think he looked a little better at times. He had some good throws, made some mistakes, but we'll see. What do you want to look at now? Do you want to look at another receiver? See now we got 6K. We're rolling now. We can find another. We can find people in those ranges. We can find see what we got here. I like Nuck a lot this week. It's an alternative to my boy Henry, since we're not taking him. Someone I think that's an interesting guy. I stay away from Tyler Lockett. I feel like he's lost. Maybe he's losing his step. He's getting a little older. Had his injuries.
I don't want to use 2 wide receivers together too.
Also, we have Metcalf, so that's right. Thanks for coming back there.
If you think Mike Williams can be good with the vertical threat, that's a plug.
That's a plug right there. Let's see, do we have any late night afternoon games yet? That's always something in my opinion. Do you care? What do you think about? I know we have defense for the Jets. That's good. Do you have any opinions on having to have someone in the afternoon slate as well, or
score is score, whether it comes in the beginning or later? Time of the game don't matter.
This is the truth. So we got Mike Williams at a spot right there. It's not. That's a guy. Do you think he's going to do? Do you like him this week too? I want us to both like him. So that's what happens. Yeah, we can go, Mike. I think the vertical threat can go there. I was talking him up before. We might as well go there. Now we can go running back. We can find a running back we like. We're at 61 overall now. Do you want to go back to our boy Dameon Pierce, or do you want to find someone a little more? I don't know. I'm not. Yeah. Looking at this week, it was hard to go in the middle range, in my opinion. We have the higher. There's a couple high guys you can go with. People like. That's a salary guys, but then I feel like after that you got to go into the 55 to 59 range, the 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Doesn't really
There's definitely value down there.
There's a lot of value here. That's why I like Dameon Pierce, because a lot of guys are going to jump to the guys they know more, like Javonte Williams. Maybe not him as much because he's been injured and coming back, but they're going to jump to guys like Walker, AJ Dillon because he's playing for Jones. And then if you grab the guy, and if they have dud games, 40%, 30% people are going to have dud games with that. But if you grab the alternative, Damian Pierce, who maybe is 5% owned, 7% owned, and you get a 20 point,
It'll be a little
25 point
higher.
game, you might be 10%. I don't think it'd be higher than 10. And then boom, you're coming up with that guy. And if everyone else rolls as well, that's how you win the big money. Is you find those guys who are less chalk. I don't have exact percentage of what I want, but I know like the percentage chalk. The lower the better, man. The lower the better. It gives you chances. So it gives us at the end. We have 67 to play with right now. Our high man is right now is plays out perfectly for me at least. I don't know what you think, but that was my boy talking about for a while now. I think they really looked at him, and I you know what? I talked up. I said no to him, and he still didn't score a touchdown. So whatever. Last week. So who do you like on this list that we see here? Who's someone that sticks out to you?
I don't mind using both lines running backs, but that's kind of crazy.
Both lines
Pittman's
running
actually
backs?
not. Yeah, Pittman's not the best play. Houston was the best pass D against receivers last year, and they shut the Ravens pass down pretty good. If you're going with Indy, you're going to running back that game. Mike Evans. I don't mind Mike Evans. Mixon's not bad, but we're running two of them already. He looked good too.
Who looked good, Mixon?
No, Evans.
Evans didn't really catch that game too much. Yeah, no, he's targeted. That matters. It definitely matters against Chicago. I think, yeah, it's not a bad option. I can go Evans.
Yeah.
We went Godwin last week. Now we're going Evans, seeing what the rolls with. That's great.
Someone's got their target share is going to be huge. So someone's gonna.
And anyone here you want to change? Want to do
No.
anyone other than Mike Williams?
Nope. I like it. It looks good to me.
I like it too. Well, obviously pending injuries, because now that we're up to week 2, we saw there was a lot of injury reports coming out in the last couple hours. A lot of people not playing today, which is typical for Wednesdays, but it's what happens from time to time, and we'll hear more throughout the week. We heard
a lot of veterans.
Travis Kelce ones very late, very maintenance, but we hear things last second all the time too. Things happen in practice, so that's going to happen. So obviously this lineup is what it is, but if anything changes based on injuries, we will update you guys through Twitter. But this at this time is currently the lineup that we're going to be putting in. And do you know what we're going to be putting into? You know,
one of the $5 ones, probably the big $5 one. Why not? Let's see.
Not the single entry.
No, throw it in the big one. It'd be at the top. Where's it at?
Should probably go NFL.
There you go.
The flea flicker? Oh, yeah, the flea.
Yep.
I remember that one. Wait.
If anyone has any questions, you can always hit us on Twitter.
That is not the right one.
No, because you just said to hit.
It was Showdown. I pressed.
Oh, you're on lobby and not lineups. Go to lobby or lineup. What lineup? What were you making this lineup in? That's why. You never entered that lineup. You're just making that lineup.
I just created it, so I was going to put it in later.
Oh, that's fine. Just put it in later.
Yeah, it's easy enough. Instead of searching through here and screen sharing the shit out of it.
Send you a pic.
So, I had some. I think I had another play. I think I also ran Eagles first half 3 point. I think even money for like 3.5.
Nice.
I think they're gonna eat. I think that's gonna eat up the Vikings. I think they're just gonna open up the storm with the offense, try to move it around and try to do their thing and work it through. I think AJ Brown's gonna get his money. It's worth it. But I think other guys too. I like Devontae a bit too. I like some of the others. Who do you like? What do you think about the running back for them this week? I know Gainwell's just been announced out as well.
I'm not touching that situation personally. That situation is such a mess. I'm not touching it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I think they see Swift as like a same guy as Gainwell. I think they're very similar styles in terms of what the Philadelphia Eagles are looking to run. If you're looking at Penny, he's the running guy. He's the guy.
They're not showing that though because Penny got healthy scratched.
Right, they didn't want it. Well, Jalen Hurts is the runner.
I mean, I'm not sure, but that's why I said I'm staying away from that situation.
I would stay away from him regardless because at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts is taking those touchdowns from him if they do a run from the goal line.
Yeah, definitely.
So like that's why I think he was a healthy scratch because they don't need him for that reason. Now that they have a backup option, they have someone that can get some runoff, but he's nothing special. I think Swift's. I mean, a sneaky threat is Boston Scott. I don't think he's gonna get much action either, but he's a sneaky guy.
Giant killer.
Well, he's a giant killer, definitely. I mean, he's definitely deep in my soul right now.
All his stats are against the Giants. It's the best.
That's why I think he's the best because all I do is see his greatness in this 3-touchdown game and 3-touchdown game and 3-touchdown game and 3-touchdown game, and that's how it rolls.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So we got those lineups there. Sunday, props haven't been posted yet, but I mean, if y'all followed me on Twitter, it wasn't a great week, but I think it was plus. It was a plus week, plus 0.72 units. So like whatever it is, nothing special. Nice. A few chump change on the dollar. So
nice.
Keep doing that throughout the year. Try and work it back. I think four bets on the Philadelphia and the Pittsburgh Steelers that all went negative. That kind of ate into it a bit.
That'll get you.
Some of my predictions are starting to show some fat cracks in week 1. So let's hope week 2 is a little bit better in that department. What up? So
yeah. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We will be back next week in this lineup. Let's see how it goes. We'll update you with this lineup. And if you guys have any questions, you can find us at Twitter. He's the Hebrew Hammer 180. I'm at Damon Santor, my name. And thank you guys for joining us, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Have a good one. Got anything to say?
You guys can follow me on Twitter. I'll be up there posting up. I'll be updating my picks and whatever else. If you have any questions, feel free to message me there. We're always open for discussion.
Have a good night, you guys.
See you next week.